Hello everyone and welcome to our Nuclei channel. So today we are going to improve our previous project, the beginner project that is Statistical Analysis Tool. And previously this project works like when we try to execute this code, it asks for the size of the data that we want to basically analyze. And let's say we want to enter the five entries uh, and after entering this, we will say prompting it to five entries, it asking us for the numbers. Let's say our numbers are like this, basically jumbled number. And as you can see, after entering these numbers, it actually prints a report, analysis report, in which it gives us the count, sum, minimum, maximum, range, mean, median, variance, and standard deviation. And that's all about the last time that we have done. Now let's, or rather than that, let's not clear it, but let's see the logic that we have written last time. So, so the last time, actually, what I'm showing you is that how to build basically the logics and how to develop the intuition of what this code does. Now, let me just copy that into a new code file so that we can edit the changes, or you can say we can change the code without replacing any core functionality. Now, as you can see, first of all, let's go to this custom minimum function that we have written. So here, as you can see, we have used a variable n, right? I know this n is actually passing it into the range. So for now, this n is just a redundant number. That means we can just simply skip that number and we can do something like this. And basically, we are trying to use some inbuilt function to make this code more fast and optimized. Right now, I know you might have seen that the result is getting just fine. But let's say if the code, let's say, if running for the n numbers, if the complexity is basically getting, I think, O n or root n or something like, I don't know about that yet. So let's skip that. So passing n is actually unnecessary everywhere. So what we can do is we can just simply do one thing. First of all, we should do remove n from everywhere, or maybe we can do that. Yeah, we can just simply replace n by length of l, and oh, I think that's not going to happen. But maybe we can just change this manually. So as you can see, we are putting a length of l everywhere. Here too, we have removed the parameter, so we must remove that from the call of the function too. Here too, we can see the n is passed actually. So what we can do is simply go this n by n, and here too we can do something like, and what else? Where else? Okay, here also too. Here too. And now talking about the C sort also doesn't take off L now. And where else the N used? Okay, here you can see. And rather than you can say removing N from everywhere, we can simply do something like this. So where the functionality becomes similarly the thing, or also there is also one thing that we need to see that we are mutating the original list in the sorting, and that is a bad practice actually. And also we are using bubble sort, which is basically good for learning but bad for real uses. So that's why we are going to actually use the sorted function. And also let's change this minimum function to we are basically going to define some maybe yeah um, so this minimum function can also be defined again. We can just simply, or maybe we can keep that as it is, because it is not giving us some kind of, you can say, error or anything else. Yeah, we will keep the functionality of this minimum function as it is. Also, there is one more thing. I think this C sort is actually not useful for us. So what we can do is, yeah, in this median function, what we can do is we can just simply call the sorted function and save it into this sorted list. Let me say what else can we update? We just simply, so we have actually sorted the data for median, and earlier basically what I have done is I have written my own sorting function, and that is bubble sort. Now I am going to use the Python optimized one, and that is again the inbuilt function that is sorted. Now for the, you can say, input function, where is it? Yeah, here too, as you can see, we are, oh, sorry, here you can see we are taking input from the user, right? But there is no such kind of, what do you say, there is not any kind of data validation. Is if not, or maybe length of n equal to 0, then maybe rather than that, what we can do is in the main function we should do that. So we can see the data is added here, but there is no validation for the data whatsoever. Is it? So what we can do is we can just add a simple validation if data or length of data equal to 0. Then what we are going to do is we are going to return nothing and print data is empty. So this is something that we should add in every type of code because it is something that is required every time. And what else we can do is we can just wrap this whole thing into a function. And how to wrap that into a function? We can just simply put a tab space here, and then we can call the main function. Also, after adding this check, we can say, okay, if the data is empty, return 0. Now, this is something that we have done. We're talking about the formatting. Also, what else can we do is for variance function. As you can see, we have actually written much more complex loop. So what else can we do? Is just simply first of all remove this form code. And as we have learned about the comprehensions, we are going to implement that into this code. And how can we implement that? First of all, we are going to save the mean value into a variable, and then we are going to use some function with some comprehension, and that is what we can do is we can say mean value equal to main, and in this we are going to pass our list, and here we can just simply call the sum function, and in the sum function what we can do is we can write a list comprehension, but let me just put the length of L here first. L, yeah. And what we can do is, as we know that variance is something like element minus the mean value and squared for x in data. Basically, what we are doing here is that we are just taking the uh, we are just taking the value of x from the given data, subtracting it with the mean value, and then squaring it. And at last, we are doing the sum of that, and at last dividing it with the length function gives us the variance. Now, the next thing that we can do is we have actually implemented, you can say, validation, and we have also implemented list comprehension, and for median, we have used the sorted inbuilt function, as you can see. Also, maybe we should have used the sorted list here. Other than that, what we can do is rather than s, we should use a something. Actually, we are using sorted list here, and saving this code. And what else can we do? We have added input validation. Now for the output, I don't think we should use this dictionary or anything else. We can just keep it as it is. Now let's see the code from the above to below. So this is a function for user input actually, which basically prints the welcome statement as well as it is going to ask for the user to enter the size of the data, the size of data you want to enter. Then we have saved that data into the list. Then we have defined a you can say minimum function, function to find the minimum, also a function to find the maximum, and the function to find the sum of the you can say all the entries in the function. Basically, we have defined all the functions like this. And there is the C sort function, basically a bubble sort that we have used the last time, but this time we are not using it. What we are going to use in this place is this sorted function that we have actually done, and uh, uh, mm, mm, yeah. Also, there is one more thing that I forgot to remove this n here. So if I remove this all and then I run this program again, and let's say for now that's 0, and I remove this again. As you can see, it is asking for us input. Let's say for now, if I enter 0, let's say it says data is empty. That is the usual behavior that we can expect. Now let's say I want to enter the 10 numbers. It is asking for us number. So as you can see, after entering this 10 number, we get to see the statistical report, and the changes that we have made has just not changed the execution or anything else. Basically, what it is doing is it is basically sorting this whole list and then retrieving us some informations. And so with this, we can say that we have actually updated our code based on our existing knowledge. So we have up until now, what we have learned is we have learned the comprehensions and also the variable length input from the function. Of course, we can integrate that too in this part. Like how we can integrate that. We can just simply say we can rather we can just simply put star argument star arguments there, or basically variable length arguments, and then take then return that variable length argument simply. That is what we can do. But for now, I skipped that on purpose because we will do that in the another projects that we are going to do in the near future. So with that, thank you all for this watching this video, and meet you in the next part.